augment our power so that way we can specialize with that typing and then use that as our primary source of damage instead of just not having anything extra over a life orb or something like that. So that's going to be a problem, but this shows like the flame charge setup would work out, that you flame charge, you know, flame charge is going to be just guaranteed damage, especially against Weavile for that super effective hit. So flame charge is going to be big, multi-attack finishes off. Now we only took one hit from the Weavile for a KO. If we are still like going to survive that next hit, then we could get a KO. So we get 2 for 1 with this, and maybe even like 2.5 for 1, depending on the Pokemon that they bring in. That's gonna be kind of gambly, that you need to have the right set for the Pokemon that they respond with. If they have like a Scarf Pokemon with 100 base speed, which is fairly common, because you're running Adamant, so like Timid on that 95 or higher with a Scarf, or Jolly on that Scarf will be pretty good. You could have an Adamant Garchomp just kind of come in with a Scarf and outspeed you. So, decent range on the Scarfers, but against other ones, another problem could be like, oh, Salamence comes in and Dragon Dances, unless you're running the Fairy multi-attack. The Fairy multi-attack probably puts in some good work, so let's see what that comparison would be. But it's just about that coverage, that if you're not running the right one at the right time, then that's where things get pretty bad. Like, I'm just trying to discover things about... There's no way. Oh, the Intimidate. So yeah, Salamence can respond to you with that Intimidate. It gets the Dragon Dance for free, and then it goes and does big amounts of damage back if it wants to. Now, this is where things also get weird. As that Fairy, you are going to be very specialized against Salamence, but I'm just bringing out examples. So at least we get rid of the primary stab of the Salamence, so maybe it won't be able to turn around and do as much back to us, but we're already taking damage on that setup with the Flame Charge. So it can still go, and it still needs to have the right situations, but yeah, maybe a little better than I've been giving it credit for, but it's still, I think that Flame Charge set is kind of like the only way to get the most efficiency out of the Silvally. And if you get forced out by something, you know, they just bring in a really dense and tanky Pokemon, Toxapex. I think Toxapex would completely wall out this set right here, which would be unfortunate, but if you're running like multi-attack ground, that means you don't have a response for the Salamence now, and just shows that most likely there's going to be something on the opponent's team that will deal with your Silvally, and that's where the problems start coming in. Other things, just kind of like trying to get the other damage. So this is the Life Orb set. We would need something like the Double Edge to find enough damage, or the Return. So we're running a physical set, and it has the Life Orb. I just showed the special set on the Life Orb, I believe. So, I know the screen regions are all kind of screwy. But, like, if you run a physical set with Life Orb, it's got the same idea as a special set. You're running it for coverage, which means your Return starts doing reasonable amounts of damage. You are still taking damage on Life Orb, you're still getting outsped. You have to worry about just having the Adamant nature, so you're going to be a little slower than other Pokemon as well. But the Return, the Iron Head, you start finding low range KOs. Anything tankier than a Weavile, and you're not going to find a one-hit KO, which is fairly unfortunate. Like, what happens if we have 75, and then, like, 75? So Return stops KOing. The
Come on,
Oricorio,
man.
I don't remember which
Give
one.
me a little break here.
Yeah, Oricorio is a low chance, 1 in 3 chance to KO if you're going to be hitting it with that Return. Double Edge would be just way too much damage. Then you're going to be losing a third of your health plus another 10% off that Life Orb. So, I mean, Double Edge is a thing you could do for, like, big nukes. But even then, it's not going to KO something like a Garchomp. But then that's when you'd be running, like, hopefully a Memory for it. That's why I like the Fairy Memory. The Fairy Memory just suppresses dragons so well that it might give you an opportunity. But that Double Edge, still not going to be enough in the end. But if we're not running the Fairy Memory, then we don't have any kind of Fairy-type coverage. So, badness right there. The special attacking set. So I'm thinking Timid or Modest or whatever. Timid's going to give you the most speed. Moss will go give it to you. But even then, like, okay, 70, 75, those are the super effective KO ranges. So that means we're either 2-hit KOing as a potentially slower Pokemon with these ranges right here on like 70, 75, because that's going to be a sweeper. Like, if something has 75 base hit points and 70 base special defense, it's most likely a Life Orb something that's trying to do something else. And we can also go and bring up like a Greninja, for example. So Greninja, it gets the 2-hit KO us all day long while outspeeding, and we don't really get to do much of that back. And on this set, yeah, you don't even have a coverage move for the Greninja except for that Hyper Beam. So Hyper Beam would be enough to KO the Greninja. I can only hope, but that's kind of what we're looking at. So yeah, Hyper Beam will find it, but you take a lot of damage, and then the KO comes through. Greninja, on just those neutral hits, it'll outspeed, and it'll just dunk you. So that's why even like super effectives, it's still rather challenging for this. I was just starting to show a Garchomp defensive matchup. You know, Scarf Chomp just goes, outspeeds you, hits you with 2 Earthquakes, and you die. So even that 95 on the hit points and taking this, if we're not invested to it, it's not going to be that fantastic. Now, the Ice Beam will work, but that's also special set versus physical set versus coverage set, or whatever else you're doing. I just feel like if your opponent has a balanced team and they have like 2 varied tanks, if they have a tank for a certain amount of Pokemon and they have another tank that does a different job, like I said, I feel like the Toxapex and then another tank and then Silvally doesn't even matter anymore. So that could be a big problem for the Silvally. And I think this actually might be like a more gambly kind of Pokemon than Swag play. Like the Thunderwave, Swagger, Prankster, if they hit themselves in confusion, they die. If they hit you, you die. I think Silvally is even more gambly than that, so it can have insane highs if it has the right moves at the right time, but it also has insane lows as well. It just doesn't have the speed to compensate for it properly is my problem. And then Silvally into Salazzle. Yeah, Salazzle 2-shots us on like Sludge Bomb or Flamethrower, and then our damage in return is not going to be enough. Even with like an adamant multi-attack move, unless it's super effective, we're not going to find it. If we're actually running it into, what would it be, like Life Orb? I think the Life Orb on return would kind of be it. So Life Orb return would actually find it, but then we'd have to be running Adamant. Say if we're running the Jolly Nature, it's still good. Okay, so that just kind of shows again, it's like, are we going to be running for coverage, or are we just kind of running for that return nuke level of damage? And then the Salazzle still has big damage back to us. So if it's already taking damage, if your Silvally is already taking damage, Salazzle, any kind of sweeper Pokemon is going to be really fast in. So it's really, yeah, as I keep saying, it's right place at the right time times a million for Silvally. So there we go, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.
Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeGame here with another competitive Pokemon Sun and Moon moveset video, guide, analysis, how-to, whatever you would like to call it, on Zygarde 10%. Now, this dog has a lot going for it.
Nice! Okay. What's up? Oh, dude, PokeGame with the good luck. This was a quick one, man. What? This is a quick one. That's 2 shinies in the same day, my friends. What's up? Cool, man. Oh, we've been having a good day in the Pokemon world. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Nice, man. Oh, dude. The Sword and Shield luck has been real. Oh, man. Yes. That's 2 shinies in the same day. 120 eggs. We're already done, dude. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this is not minimum speed. I'm pretty sure it's not minimum speed. But it's all good in the hood, man. Yeah, we're fine with this, so. Ah, cool. Cool stuff. Where do I put this thing? Where do we put this thing? Didn't I have like a shiny box? Frickin' Rookies over here. Nice. Wow, that was quick, man. The odds are 1 out of 512, and we nailed it in 1 day. We literally nailed it in 1 day. Whee! Yeah. Another one, baby. So catch me on Twitch or after the fact on YouTube. Thank you so much. Next up, we will have, I believe we're going to start hunting for Yamask. So I'm going to set that hunt up right now, and let's go. Rah!